Hi guys, today is 3/11. We know that something major's coming. We don't know what. This morning there was a 3.1 earthquake over by Manhattan, New York, or was felt over there by there. And I know that Brother Todd has seen a lot of 3/11. Many other people have. Rhonda Impson. I've seen it. Colleen Minter. So I don't know exactly 100% what's coming, but something is. Now, last night I went to bed and I was just in deep prayer for everything. And my sister works over at Purdue and a couple of my friends. And I mean, they want to argue to a T about, oh, this, it's not closing. And it's like, you guys are so blinded to what is coming. So a friend of mine, Joanne, her daughter, they had two of their children that was taken out of the school because one of the kids there was being quarantined. So like I said, you got to have the blood of Christ on you, because God is not a God of fear. Okay, He tells us, if you are in Him, not to fear. Okay, that cast all our burdens on Him. And He says, if the birds and the swallows, don't wonder where their nest is from day to day, and they depend on, the earth to provide, so how much more should we, trust in Him? And I completely agree with that. So I'm on here to give you a short dream that I had. And I think this is complete confirmation of exactly what's about to happen. I called it the Pope New World Order Purdue Dream. I was at Purdue signing papers so I could go back to work. And it was kind of like an elections booth. And as I got to the bottom of the paper, I saw the words vaccine. I said, wait, what's this? And as I looked more, it had my daughter's name on it, Olivia. We know Olivia means olive tree. And I said, this isn't right. This was for my job. And a guy came up to me and said, thanks. Now it's mandatory for vaccines. I said, I didn't consent to it. She can't have them. He yanked the paper away from me and he started smiling, and he knew that I was tricked. It was literally, the beginning of the paper had all my information on it. Once I got down to the word vaccine, it was as if everything that I wrote was in my daughter's name. Like, everything that I wrote disappeared. It didn't make a difference. It was, I don't know. And then I ended up leaving this building, right? And the whole building was wrapped in plastic, like saran wrap all the way around, like this whole entire building. And it actually looked more like a school than it did a college. And as I'm walking out on this the sidewalk, I happened to see that there was this black glass. It was black, but it had a bunch of like windows. It was a window pane. And I kind of went over there and hid it because I wanted to see what was going on. And I'm over here looking, right? I kid you not, I don't know why, but I started writing 307, 307, 307. And I did it 4 times. Just then I saw on a mobilized scooter the Pope come out. And then I seen a guy that I helped take care of and absolutely love dearly, Norman, stand right next to him. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I heard them say, it's now global. And then I woke up. And so we know that there's going to be a mandatory vaccine that is definitely going to happen, and it's to bring in the mark of the beast. And we know that it's coming any day, any time. The Antichrist has to be in complete rule in order for all this stuff to go into effect, which he's not completely in rule yet. His 42 months has not began until we leave. Okay. And so, all right. So I'm signing these papers, and it's mandatory vaccines, okay, which is going to be forced upon everybody. Okay, and that's the same thing with the mark of the beast. What's going to happen, it's going to be forced. And the Pope is the one that's really been pushing for the New World Order. We know that he's the false prophet / some say that he's actually the beast. And I can see that as well. But the guy Norman, it broke my heart to see him with him. But good news come out of this, okay? I woke up exactly at 7 o'clock on the dot, and we know 7 is God's number. It's his rest number. Okay. And 307 means to go up, and I draw up. It also means the capital of Media captured by King Cyrus. Wow. Okay. Which we know Trump has a lot to do with what's going on, and him trying to say that there's going to be a cure. He's pushing for this cure. Okay, he's part of the elite system. He is a puppet just like everybody else. He's not any different. So you can believe what you want. All right, and the fact that I kept saying 307, 307, 307, 307 4 times. Okay, 4 is the number of mankind, okay? And on the 4th time, before judgment, quote unquote, I'd say, would hit, we would be going up. And the building being wrapped in saran wrap means that they're trying to protect themselves from what is coming. When in reality, as the Black Pain said, I could see that there's judgment coming and they could not see it. Okay? And if you multiply 307 times 4, you get 1228, right? And 1228 means slanderous, accusing falsely, the slanderer, also known as the devil. That's pretty crazy. And it also means a flask, the sound of emptying. Sound of emptying what? Emptying wallets, emptying your homes, emptying the vaccines, the shots into our bodies. It's all the sounds that would be happening from what's coming. Just, I mean, you've heard of emptying out your pockets, emptying out your chains, emptying whatever, and you know that when you hear that, you're like, oh crud. Especially like, you know, when I used to be in trouble, you know, and I'd get a bell or a spanking or whatever, and the pockets would get empty. You're like, to make it lighter, you know, so they could chase you down. All right. And now Norman means it is a Scandinavian German name. Okay. Which back in September, the UN met in Germany for this peace deal. It was a global pact. And also we know that there is a helper from overseas also helping with the system to be brought out. And with it being global, which means worldwide, this is something that is about to come in the blink of an eye. But the worst of it cannot happen until we leave, because we are the restrainer. So I come on here to tell you guys, be ready at all times. And I am not one to fear. I don't get into that panic. I have not bought masks. Because I know I'm covered in Christ. I know Jesus is going to protect me in my own. So I am going to go out and get just a little bit of stuff because I have a lot of family that live around me, and none of them have prepped. None of them care about a word that I'm saying. I could tell them this dream 100 times and they would still spit in my face about it. And, you know, the biggest part is when they're saying this is compared to the flu. The flu has killed more people. I don't know what media you're listening to or what lies you're listening to, but the media is covering it up. Because if everything was exposed now, there'd be a great pandemic. And there has to be some type of order that comes out of all this chaos, okay? And our gas has dropped under $2 a gallon. As I said yesterday, it's getting ready to drop. And we know that that's going to cause a big crisis because Saudi Arabia, Iran, they're all in the oil battle over there, whatever's going on. War's getting ready to break out. Hell's literally getting ready to be unleashed here on this earth. And I don't give it much more before medical martial law, because this thing that's happening is spreading like wildfire. And there's going to be a second bout that's coming round of this virus, but we won't be here to see it. So pray always over this, like I said, and be encouraged, because our time here is about finished. Do what you can and occupy till Jesus comes, because it's any day. God bless.